Welcome to Rauta's 85. Once again, 5 different albums, 5 different bands, and 5 different verdicts. We'll go in alphabetical order, and here is the first one. This is from International Waters called Amathea, with a self-titled release. Featuring only 6 tracks, this one runs for about 33 minutes. And it's international because it seems to be, at least according to the rumors and info here and there, from Greek countryside, not countryside, Greece and the United Kingdom. And the style is somewhat dissonant black metal, so kind of a new school of black metal. This is a kind of a tricky case because, first of all, it features a lot of faster, chaotic parts, which, in my opinion, bring to my mind a lot of those war metal bands. Very chaotic, very fast, but not exactly anything extreme. The thing here is there are lots of bands in the world of war metal and death metal that just do that stuff way better, way faster, and even more chaotic ways. And Amaltheia is actually shining when they slow down, when they do the opposite of the war metal thing. And when they slow down, the evil dynamics, the kind of a very ominous atmosphere starts to kind of take place, and that's where the band really nails it. But as soon as they once again push the gas pedal down, it becomes very, very generic album. And I don't think none of the elements really shine here. First of all, the guitar sound is kind of a buzzy and nasty, but it's not really good. The drums could be more powerful, but can't really complain about it. And the vocals, they seem to lack passion. They're kind of a nasty, raspy vocals, but it's almost like more spoken rather than shouted or grunted or shrieked. So it seems like the band is demoing still. Like, there's only one demo available before this album, and it still seems like they're figuring out whether to go, which way to do, and all that stuff. In my opinion, work in progress. A kind of okay-ish album, but not good enough. Then another band called Bellgrave comes from Germany. And this is a weird band because they started kind of a doom death, then later on became kind of a hard rock band or something like that. And then they just vanished for a couple of years, only to come back with an album known as Back As King. But that's a bad-ass overstatement. I don't know if that's even ironic, considering that this music is no more hard rock, nor it is actually doom death, but kind of a melodic death metal with, I don't know, a little bit of a gothic vibe or something like that. But this album is actually quite bad. There are lots of parts where I just felt like I'm hating this album. Like lots of annoying German ideas, where the latter it's just really, really kind of a cheesy and almost annoying melodic parts. Sometimes the vocals are like, what the hell they are doing with the growler stuff, it doesn't really fit there. And then there are these electronic pop moments where like, why do you have those synths here? Why are they taking place here? Or kind of kind of stiff. And I'm like, what the hell? The more and more I gave these listens, the more and more I started to dislike it. It's actually a bad album, and I kind of understand very well why this is a self-financed one. I don't find a reason why a label would release this album. It's bad, not super bad, but definitely bad, and I cannot really recommend this to anybody. But there are always worse ones to come. The next one comes from Germany, and it's a rather underground name in the real sense. That is, this is a band called Invader with the first Attack demo now on CD format. What makes this really an underground cult release is that this is the only demo from the band. That is, they only released this one in 1985, and that's pretty much of it. There's really nothing to see here. On the backside, you will see very basic design. That is tracklist saying this is indeed demo 1985. And then you have this old hag creature, kind of a witch, hand-drawn by a kid, it seems, on the cover and CD. And then you have this old band photo and pretty much very basic kind of a description and a lineup. Based on Metal Archive site, there is no indication that these guys continued with the music after this one, which is kind of curious because the guys had something going on with this one. I mean, the vocals are quite terrible. They're very much work in progress. But this band's something that you would I guess call speed metal is pretty much right on point. These guys handle their instruments well. The guitar leads and solos are actually pretty sweet. And even the basic riffs, which are a combination of heavy metal, hard rock, speed metal, things like that. It's not exactly trash metal, but there is certain kind of a DNA obviously present. These guys had something going on with this one. The songs are maybe not the most polished or original, but given this is 1985, not 1995, these guys could have become something, I tell you that much. It's worth a listening. The production is pretty solid, especially given the time and all. And while it's nothing phenomenal, not anymore, 35 years and more after that, it's still something like, yeah, why not? Too bad they didn't continue with that. Then we have a really interesting case from United States of America. Why interesting is that this Precious Blood tape absence of the master cut to me with that kind of a tiny little heart, which is here to say, I hope you're fine and blah blah blah. Funny to have heart-shaped promo letters, if you can call it that. And this comes only with a small print. Can't really show it you here more properly, it seems. And very simple tape. This is roughly some 10 minutes, I guess. Couldn't use my tape player. I don't have a working tape player, and I tell that to a lot of people, but sometimes they still send me tapes. So instead I had to use the YouTube address mentioned on this heart to listen to this for a few times. It runs about 10 minutes and then some, and it's kind of a rough black metal. Not the most original one, but definitely actually something potential. Basically, this is nothing modern. It's something that totally kind of taps to the 1990s way, having kind of a rough production and screamy vocals. Not super screamy, I guess more raspy is what I'm looking for here. And they have kind of a nice flow, but the riffs are not memorable as such. There's nothing like, wow, this is groundbreaking. More like tapping to the very old Waynes, which kind of make you tick all the right boxes, but then you're like, okay, but you need to have something really good to justify all this. Given that this is probably the first release by the band, there is not even a Metalux site of the bands out there yet. Maybe there will be something else. It's a pretty decent start, I could say. Definitely worth checking out, but nothing phenomenal. The last but not least here is vinyl. I didn't say this for Vinyl Monday because it's only a 7-inch, and it's a 7-inch split with two bands. They are both from Germany. Sadistic Goatmessiah with one song, and then we have other way showing around, Maligno with one song, and the songs are Destroyer by this goat band, and Maligno is doing Sharpening the Blade. Evil Reaper Metal is the name of this 7-inch split in the German ways. And then it comes with this kind of a inlay. Here you have lyrics, basic information, and, well, some photos, it seems. What can we really tell about these bands? Both are relatively new. Sadistic Goatmessiah is the older one, already 10 years. That is from 2012. And Maligno is from 2015, but they have already one album out. Whereas Sadistic Goatmessiah have only splits and demos. So both are still very much, in the start of their careers, but they both do rather decent black trash. I would say Maligno is pretty much still on the demo phase, despite having that full album and being the younger one in the band. Whereas Sadistic Goatmessiah is actually having some kind of I would say, rather nice start with this one. I mean, there's certain power and there's certain old school ways. I mean, look at the battery kind of a thing, and you get the idea of this music. Both have pretty decent production. It's raspy and rusty and all that stuff. It's not very clean and nice, but kind of dirty and all over the place. But it fits the music right here. So this is very much taking you to the 80s. Not only because of the horrible graphics here, written by your grandson or something, I don't know. But the music fits the theme. The names The cover image, the sound, everything is right there to give you this 1980s feeling. Actually, pretty interesting start. And looking forward to hear from these guys in the future as well. Promising, even if this is not gold standard material just yet. So all in all, we have no super winners here in this case. And there's only one bad, rotten apple in this pile. If I had to pick one of all these 5s in this video to be, you know, next level shit, it would be actually this 7-inch split, because this is mostly, in my opinion, mostly almost there. So looking forward to see these guys operating on a full album. You will find links provided in the description box so you can start listening to the music. See you soon, more reviews coming away. Take care and bye bye.